Hello and welcome, listeners, to another episode of Sirens of the Supernatural, your cozy corner for spooky tales. This is our very first episode of Season 5. And as always, I'm Rhonda, back with Lindsay and Ryan. Hey, Ryan, it's good to have you back. I know our listeners are going to be glad you're back. So those are my awesome co-hosts. How y'all doing? You doing good? You ready to get this thing kicked off?
Excited.
Yeah. Excited
this
for
is our,
season
of
5.
course, it's our favorite time of year.
It is spooky time.
Yeah, I seen something at work the other day, and somebody like showed a picture of a Christmas tree, and then they're like, the season's here, and then somebody's like, Christmas, and I'm like, hold up,
hold on.
No. I said,
pump the brakes, okay?
Yeah,
we gotta do Halloween first.
Yeah, so then of course I had to pop up some, Michael Myers and some other stuff.
So
I had to let them know, slow it down just a little bit, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Side note, just quick aside, I don't know if you know this, Ryan, but they are developing a video game, a Halloween video game with Michael Myers in it. Anyway, that's one I'll be playing.
I'm kind of surprised they don't have that yet already.
I know, me too. Anyway, I saw it the other day. I was like, bucket list, Christmas list, whatever. So listeners, you are in for a treat tonight. Like I said, it's the first episode of our second annual September Spooktacular. We had so much fun last year introducing you to new spooky-minded friends that we decided to do it again this year. So we're having a new guest each week this month, and you don't want to miss it. And if you've been watching our social media, you know who's with us tonight to kick off this party. It's the team of Residual Haunts, made up of Jackie, Tom, Matt, and Devon. As we bring them in, here's a little bit of what they're about. And we'll let them introduce themselves individually too. All right, bring them in, Lindsay, and we'll say hi. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey. We've got Matt, we've got Tom and Jackie, and Devon may join us. And if she does, we'll just let her hop right on. Now, I've got a little bit of a summary to tell our listeners what you guys are about. So these investigators walk boldly into the places many of us avoid. They explore haunted places, unearth lingering energies, and invite us to confront the mysteries that refuse to fade. Whether you believe or doubt, their mission is the same: to uncover the truths hidden in the shadows and embrace the unexplained. Welcome to the show, team, and thank you for being with us.
Thanks so much for having us. Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah.
We are going to just jump right in. Can each of you briefly tell our listeners something about yourself that maybe gives them a vibe and a feel for who you are? Matt, you want to go first?
No, let them go first.
Okay.
I want to see what they say, and then I'll judge my answer how they answer.
That's not how this works. Well, I am Jackie. We have decided to all get together and bring you guys something completely different, as well as being able to come out and investigate with us. We show you how to use the equipment, and then kind of teach you what you're looking for and how to interact with the other side. And I will have to say, yes, I do this for a living, but as much as I believe, I'm also going into it as a big skeptic. I know that a lot of these things can be debunked, and a lot of people don't like that about me because I go through trying to debunk things. They want it to be spooky and all of that, and I get spooky, but I want it to be legit as well.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
I like that.
Me, I am probably the biggest skeptic out there. I started out being a skeptic, and I go into these places kind of still being a skeptic because I want the location to prove itself to me. Mm-hmm. When I started with Jackie, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, she was always going out doing all these investigations, and I'd be at home, and I'm like, you know what? I had some time off. I decided to go on an investigation with her. And of course, my first investigation would be the Conjuring house.
Oh,
So I kind of just jumped right into the fire.
Yeah.
We didn't ease him into this.
Yeah. And within, I'm going to say, an hour of being there, I was kind of little nervous because of some of the evidence before the investigation had even started.
mm-hmm.
So that kind of drew me in, and now I can't get away from it. I love it. It's a lot of fun.
Trained him right.
That's interesting. I like how, and we'll talk about it later too, about how you guys invite people to come along with you and you show them. That's so cool that you show them how to use the equipment and things like that, because we would be total novices at something like that.
Well, we would be the perfect group to go with, because we would show you every piece of equipment we have and how to use it.
And that's kind of the point, is having the equipment and being out there. You just don't want to have the bells and whistles to go on out there. You need to know what you're looking for and how to do it, and the education behind it. And my thing is just a quick, I grew up with a lot of this stuff and had no one to talk to. So I want other people out there that have questions and have no one to talk to be able to talk to me and open up and ask questions. I may not have all the answers, but I can at least listen and understand what they're going through.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that approach.
Yeah.
Now, Matt, are you a skeptic as well, or did you go into this being a skeptic?
Well, we started by watching like Ghost Adventures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, Devon and I just decided to buy tickets for an overnight. So we had like no equipment. We had no idea what we were doing. We just bought tickets and we just went. And then we went to Penhurst, was the very first investigation. So that was a big one as well.
Was that with Tom and Jackie?
No, it was just me and Devon at first.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And I think we went to Penhurst like 2 other times, and then we met Jackie. And then she started hosting events, and we started going to all the events at different locations because, again, we didn't have any equipment. We didn't have anything. And then it's just been from there. We jumped on with Jackie, and then now we're doing the same thing. We're explaining to people, showing people the equipment. We're trying to debunk things if something happens so that people aren't just getting fake evidence. So we're just trying to catch ghosts, I guess, if that makes sense.
If you were in some of the rooms that we have debates over, is that paranormal? Is that not? And all of us
my God.
at each other. It is insane, but it's great, you know?
Yeah.
If it's real or not.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm sure there's a lot of coordination and all that stuff. Now, you guys are not in the Appalachians. You are farther north. Can you tell our listeners where you're located?
We are located and based out of Pennsylvania, but we do travel a lot of the East Coast areas, investigating and offering events for you to come and join us.
Awesome. Now, how long have you guys been this 4-person team of Matt, Devon, and Jackie, you, and Tom?
Almost a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 of us.
A year.
Yeah.
It just took a little while for us to process through, me and Devon.
Sure. Now, we typically, when we have new guests on the show, we typically always ask them what their favorite horror movie is, but we're not going to do that. We're going to change it up this time. So I wanted to ask, what has been the strongest proof of the paranormal for each of you personally?
Oh, I've been doing this a long time before I got all these guys involved. So there is a lot. I would have to say the most one that stands out as far as something physical that I can show you guys would be a picture that I had gotten of a spirit at the Conjuring, or at the Crescent up in, no, it's not. Let's see. I'll see if I can get this for you.
Crescent's near like State College in PA, so by Penn State.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So Now, this is me in the group investigating with everybody in there.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was saying that there was something that was blocking the doorway. And when we took a picture, that is what we ended up with. You see the head, a long neck,
Mm-hmm.
almost like cloak-like things.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first times that I had caught something on camera that not only did we see and feel and also have seen in the past, but weren't able to catch it. And this time we finally caught it. So
Wow.
That's
that
awesome.
kind of validated everything that we were dealing with leading up to once we finally caught that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
That-
that's so cool.
Yeah, that is a
If
neat
you
picture.
guys, if you want to send us the photo, I can overlay it for the episode and make it a little bit bigger so everybody can see it.
Yeah, that'd be
Because
cool.
I
Yeah,
I
that'd be
want to
great.
see it. I want to see it close up too.
That's probably one of the creepiest photos I've ever
Mhm.
seen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, it's very plain that it's a
Yeah.
figure. You can
Very
see the
obvious.
legs even.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
going to blow it up and cut it out so you can see just.
I only sent it to him. That's all.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
don't have to send it now. You can send it
Yeah.
later.
All
Oh,
right, I'll
never.
send it
And
over
she
to
can
you later.
overlay it. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
I
can.
love stuff like that. Like I love a good ghost picture.
I know we go to places and we take pictures and videos and we take our little sound recorders, and that's a lot to weed through when you don't get anything, you know. And it's
Mhm.
like,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't catch
Absolutely.
anything.
Yeah.
So I'm sure y'all were excited for.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
that.
we constantly have body cams. Well, these guys are always wearing body cams, so it's an obnoxious amount of footage.
Mhm.
And poor Devon, she's
Yeah.
not here. She's the one that gets to go through the footage. We
Oh,
all kind of
man.
have our little expertise areas of what we're doing in here type of thing. And that is her area. And I feel for her. I mean, when we're investigating 12 hours, I mean, we just did the Hinsdale house and it was
Mhm.
all weekend.
Oh, wow.
So she's got
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Especially if your body cams pick up sound.
Mhm.
Because you'd be
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of editing, I'm sure, that goes on there because
We
you
have
go through and something kind of like jump
Yep.
scares or something
And then
crazy
I
happens.
got
And
the
you're
bright idea of putting out EVP recorders. So I have about 18 to 20 plus hours of the EVP recorder that going through. I've made it through about 3 so far.
Yeah.
Gonna be a
Yeah.
while.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Now, when
So-
you hear something like you're going through those recordings or Devon's going through the video footage and you or she finds something or hear something, then do you share it with the rest of the group and get their input?
We do. We
Okay.
bounce it off of each other to, you know, and like I said, that's part of some of the debates that we have because we're sharing. We're like, no, I think I was over here and there was
Yeah,
a light, and they're
yeah.
like, no. I'm like, do we have another angle?
Yeah. We could
Yeah.
have hours of blooper reels, that's for sure.
Yes.
For sure. For sure.
You know,
Yes.
people would really, I would love to watch blooper reels. Of,
Yeah.
They are coming.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna
probably
put something out.
amazing because I just talk the entire time about anything and everything. It's so random.
Yeah. Matt and I are like, you would think we're related as much as we pick on each other. He's like the son I never wanted, but I got him anyway. I wouldn't trade him for the world.
Yeah, I just talk the entire time. Just talk about everything and anything.
yeah.
I get scared.
That
I'm like,
would be me.
oh, that's me. I'm scared. This kind of scary.
I'm gonna fix that for a second, guys. Camera just broke.
We're having technical difficulties with our camera gear. Typical.
No problem.
Typical.
Well, Tom, Matt, do you guys have
Yeah.
a paranormal experience that?
I actually have 2.
Okay.
I'd like to share
Do
with you.
tell.
So first one was my very first investigation with Jackie at the Conjuring House.
Mhm.
What happened there was she was going over all the rules and stuff like that for the guests we had. And we were in the library, me and one of her friends that lives up that way. And she had a voice recorder going as Jackie's going through her whole spiel on, all the rules, what not to do and stuff like that. And she plays it back, and she's literally the only one talking. But on the voice recorder, a man's voice comes through. I do not remember what it said because
It was enough that it just shocked you.
yeah. It was like, okay, that kind of really, all right, I want to get this night going and see what happens.
Yeah.
That was the first one. The second one was, again, Hinsdale House. Jackie and I were in the basement of the Hinsdale House. We were down there, what do you say, 20 minutes, half hour or so?
I'd say 30, 45
yeah,
minutes.
about 30, 40 minutes. And we were working with flashlights and stuff like that. And we had a flashlight we literally had it stuck in a rock so it could not move. And 20 minutes goes by and we're talking. Well, the spirits there obviously got mad at us because they literally took the flashlight and shoved it sideways. We actually have a video on is it on the website or on
I think that's just on the TikTok right now.
One of our platforms, you can actually go through and see it.
Oh.
The flashlight literally goes sideways.
You see me go, whoa, you guys saw that, right?
But yet, I'll be the first one. I want to go back into the basement.
Yep.
Now, I've heard other paranormal investigation teams talk about the Hinsdale House too. Can you tell us just a little bit about that location and why is it so active?
So the Hinsdale
You're a
House,
pro on that one.
it goes way back, I believe, to the 16th, 17th century, with the land and everything.
Indians.
The Indian tribes that were on there. It was the Iroquois, Seneca Indians that were pretty much stationed in that area. Where the story kind of picks up for the Hinsdale House is when Phil and Clara Dandy moved into the house in the 1970s. When they went to move in, they lived in the city, and when they realized that the family and them went on vacations in the country life, they had a great time. So they had decided that they were going to move to the country. Came across the Hinsdale House. It was exactly what they needed, what they were looking for, with all the land and all of that stuff around there for the kids to run around with. And shortly, when they first go to move in, the house was infested with bees, flies, and all that type of stuff. And for the time of year that it shouldn't have been that way. So they couldn't move in right away. They brought in a exterminator. The exterminator got rid of everything. They ended up moving in. And right away, their son Mike started experiencing things. Him and his friends are out running around, and they are seeing in the woods, they come across what appeared to be another child type of thing. Long story short is when they started to realize that it wasn't a human that they were looking at, they ran back to the house and told Mom. Mom thought it was boys being boys and kind of brushed it off. And experiences just happened from that point on, from things being thrown, car accidents happening with the family, Clara, she started experiencing things. Phil didn't have too much activity until towards the end. But they did bring in and have exorcism done on the house. Now everybody says it's an exorcism, and technically exorcisms are only done on people. So it was a passage of right on the house. And when they did that, the first time they did it seemed to calm everything down for a little bit before activity amped back up again. At this point in time, Phil was home and he started noticing activity going on. And from my understanding, his biggest thing was, I guess, a knife or something came flying across from the kitchen into the room that he was in. And he was like, yeah, no. So they tried to do another passage of right on the house, and we got the pleasure of meeting one of the pastors that was in training for St. Bonaventure Church when the passage of right of the house was done. And he came in and I got to ask him, I'm like, look, the story's going around stating that the house actually literally shook like there was no tomorrow and screams came out the window. I'm like, is that true? He's like, there were moans and stuff that came out through the window, and it was just a rumbling in the house, not this big shake like everybody had thought.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting to learn all of those things back and forth between them. And come, I believe it was like 1975 type of thing, they had had enough. They packed up and moved out. They said, nope, this life isn't for us. And it seemed that there was some other things that had followed them along the journey once they did leave. Poor Mike was in a couple of pretty bad accidents where he swore somebody was in the car with him. And apparently, from my understanding, in the accident, the passenger side had indentations done as if someone had hit the windshield, but there was nobody else in the car. The police and everything were looking all around. So there is a lot of, and that's just a basic scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, there is so much depth history.
We have all, Matt can vouch for this also. We've all been there where we've had what we call phantom cars. You'll see headlights, a dead end road. You'll see headlights come down. We'll run outside thinking it's a trespasser, and there is no car.
Yep.
The noises sometimes at nighttime are just unexplainable. Apparently, there is rumors said to folklore that the Seneca tribe is still protecting the grounds. So they still patrol the grounds. They do have an offering tree, which everybody goes and offers things to the Indian tribe.
More or less for protection on the land.
Yeah, for protection, yes.
We just came back there from doing a camp out, and we allowed our guests to come for the whole weekend and have access to the property 24/7 for the whole weekend. And we had one gentleman that he spent the night and he couldn't do another night.
He refused to stay another night.
He did because of the sounds and stuff all outside by our tents. He's like, yep, nope, I can't do it. I'm going home.
Oh, wow. Now, how many people do you guys usually open up an investigation? Like
it
how many
depends
guests?
on the size of our location. I don't like to have the groups too big. I like them to be able to be managed and be able to have the one-on-one with us if they want us to go and investigate. And we do allow, we kind of let the guests feel out if they want to have us investigate with them, or if they want us to kind of just show them and teach them and then let them investigate. But we're always around for any questions. If they're not getting anything, we'll go out with them to try to get them something or to see if there's anything going on in the area. So, but it depends. Like I said, depends on the location. I think we had maybe 8 or 10 people at the Hinsdale.
Yeah, we try not to go. Most places we try to keep them down below 15 people max.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, Matt, we didn't forget about you.
He's like, oh, shucks.
That's all right.
We want to hear your
I know Matt's
proof of the paranormal.
Which
what convinced you?
I have 2.
Okay.
I have Gettysburg. The person running up the steps. We could have swore someone ran up the steps, like boots and all, at 3 a.m. to the point where I thought we were gonna have to like fight an intruder. Like that's how bad it was. There was a group of us, 8 of us up in the room on the 2nd floor, and it sounded like someone clear as day ran up the steps, and then flashlights on and no one was there. We couldn't find anybody. And then the next one is Penhurst in the tunnels. I had a group, and I had half the group on one side and half, and we heard someone scream at the top of their lungs, like clear as day. And half the group didn't hear it. Only my half of the group heard it. And I have it on record. It's actually on my TikTok. It's absolutely incredible. Like full blown, like someone just screaming at the top of their lungs.
Oh, wow. And you captured it. And I got to go through your TikToks and all y'all's socials now.
Jackie was in the building that was connected to the tunnels where we were at. And she heard it the same time that we did. But half my group on the other side of the tunnels didn't hear it. So only we heard it and she heard it.
Oh,
it was wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that and sharing those things. That kind of gives us a good vibe of the team and who you guys are personally. And I'm going to let Lindsay and Ryan jump in with their questions.
Sounds
Got to
good.
pull mine up because we wrote down a lot of questions. Okay. Okay. So I was thinking, you guys come in. Well, a couple of you guys come in as skeptics, and you have these experiences that kind of make you feel something else. Because you come in as skeptics, what do you tell people that come onto your haunts that are also skeptics? Like, do you get a lot of those coming to your group?
We do.
Yeah.
You get the skeptics that are coming in, and you also get the ones that expect all of this stuff to happen. Like, for
Yeah.
example, they watch the horror movies, Amityville,
Yeah.
Conjuring, and they expect it to get that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And the ones that come in overly excited, they're the ones that typically have some sort of emotion, and by the time that they realize that it's not as bad as they think that it is,
Mhm.
now they are getting sick, they're getting migraines, they're getting those type of things because they have worked themselves up so much. It is amazing when you get other skeptics that come in there as well, and you
Yeah.
do get something and they know. I mean, we will go around everything. We will bang on doors. We will move things. We will do light tests. We will do everything. And when we can't explain that, everybody's like, wow. So,
Yeah.
and that kind of draws them in. Oh, we're coming to the next one. We need
Yeah.
more, you know?
We actually
Yeah.
have a couple that they came to one of our events. That was the first time ever. And they've been to pretty much every event we've had this year.
Wow.
That's cool.
That is cool. See, I guess it kind of feels good to be able to prove like a little bit like this isn't just fake, like stuff really
Yes.
happens, and for people to realize that
Yeah.
it's
Well,
not
and
just
then
for show, you know?
in the long run type of thing, are we really proving anything?
Right.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't think our equipment and technology is where it needs to be, where we can get 100%
Yeah.
proof.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
everything, I think, as far as equipment wise, I could probably tell you 5 different things on everything on how to debunk it. Now, if I have 5 pieces of equipment all going off at the same time, okay, we might have something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we always put out a bunch of different equipment in the same area, just so we can.
And I will be honest with you, I am not a big fan of the equipment. I really am not. That's more or less for the novice and people that are coming in to kind of understand. I am more of senses, feelings. What am I going through? But those are things that I can't portray to you guys or
Right.
anybody that's there. I mean, anybody can come and go, oh, I'm getting woozy, or
Yeah.
oh, I feel there's,
Yeah.
and,
It's dark in here.
and those things are kind of hard to explain and pass on. So if I can get my senses and my feelings going with the equipment that we have, that's pretty something. Example of that was when we were at the schoolhouse in Gettysburg. I'm under the Estes method, and we can get into that later on what all that is if you'd like. But I'm under, and I have a sense of cold feeling. In shorts, it is like a sweat box in this room, and it feels like something is grabbing my ankles, and I'm like, I'm trying to brush it off, and I feel it go up, and it is going up my legs to my knees. Now I feel a presence that something is around me. I'm saying things, and now I'm shouting at the team, take pictures, take pictures. And they got a picture of a lady standing behind me that kind of correlated with everything. So that backed up my senses, my feelings at that point in time.
And when you get things thrown at you,
Yes,
like Matt does.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it changed
Matt,
thrown at me. It was
yeah.
great.
Well, you mentioned something in your bio about using using a tripwire in investigations. Tell us a little bit about that. I've never heard of that. How does that work?
What is it? EMF?
Yes.
Yeah, it's EMF. It's a light. It's a little puck.
Okay.
It looks like this, right? And it's on
Uh-huh.
a long wire. They're spaced out about a foot, but they're lit, and they light up purple. And if something passes through, it changes color, so it'll tell you
Okay.
if something's going through. And I just every time it goes off, it gives me chills because it's just like something's walking through it. It's
Mhm.
and you can tell like, hey, follow me, and you'll walk, and it'll follow
Yeah,
right through.
you can walk right over it and not set it off.
Yeah, you can't set it off, but
Yeah.
It takes
Wow, that's
energy.
right.
And
I've
it
probably
shows
seen
the
it used.
direction. It
Yeah.
shows the direction of what entity or whatever is walking or going through. We've had things where we've put it in a circle and have put things in the center of the circle.
Like me.
And you will, well, other pieces of equipment, but you'll see something step over that it'll trigger in that area that it stepped over, triggers what's inside, and then triggers it when it leaves.
Mhm.
And put it this way, that
Okay.
tripwire chased all four of us out of the woods
Yes,
on
it
Saturday
did.
at the hill.
Yes, it did. Uh-huh.
Ron, do you
We
have?
were antagonizing the spirits a little bit.
Oh.
Dad set one off, the fourth one in, and we'll leave. Well, it set the whole line off, like it was running towards us, and we were like,
Wow.
"Okay, we're leaving."
Yep,
Let's
okay,
go.
it's time to go.
And we left.
Yeah. Bye.
Like, see ya, you
Yeah.
told us we're out.
We've overstayed our welcome. Let's go.
Yeah.
So there are times when you feel like you have enough proof that the entity or spirit does not want you there anymore.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
True. I am the one that kind of pushes and instigates more. These guys will be like, "Oh, we're out."
Nope, yeah, I'm out. Not that crazy.
But I will push to a little bit. I'm trying to get those answers. So
Mhm.
I've turned around and been like, "Hey, did you guys?" And they're gone. And I'm like, "Hey."
I'd like
Do
move
you-
that
do
door. But
any of-
don't actually move that door, please.
Yeah.
Do
Devin's
any
all
of
but
you
knocked
feel
me over.
like do any of you feel like you've ever had something like follow you home after an investigation? Do you get that a lot?
I would say not a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten anything since we've been doing anything together.
No,
but
I just felt bad for a day or so,
yeah.
and that was about it.
The one company that I worked to prior before doing Residual Haunts, there was a group of us and we were all investigating, and we always look out for each other, and they knew for some reason that night I just wasn't myself, and it was the first time, and I'm like, they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know." The colder months were coming, so the best way to describe it was almost like winter blues type of thing.
Mhm.
And so I just kind of shrugged it. We went on through the rest of the night. Came home the next day. I still felt off, and that is the best way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other investigators, they're reaching out and they're like, "Hey, how are you feeling?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I still feel off, but I'm not bad." And they had the same experiences going on. So there was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was 6 of us, and it took all of us about 7 to 10 days before we were able to shake it. And as soon as it lifted, it was like a ton of bricks just lifted off your shoulder, and it was instant. So you're
Mhm.
dealing with it for all this time, just this glum type of thing.
Yeah.
And boom, it was gone. It was like, wow. And then calling each other, "Are you good? Are you good?" It was
Mhm.
really weird. But that was, I think, one of the only times that
Yeah.
I had felt like something was
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you have some questions?
Yeah, I'm curious because we all get in this for reasons, and like I said, most of us, are somewhat skeptical, but we're also somewhat not because we want to find stuff, but of course, like the rest of us, we're just like, hey, there's got to be a reason behind it. Is there a particular instance in your life that actually made you go down this path? Like something happened, or you saw something, or you heard a story, or something? What got y'all to go down this path?
Mine's a whole lot easier than yours.
So mine started as a child. I had experiences when I was young. Apparently, it goes back to when I was about 3 years old. I don't remember that. I remember somewhere I was between 5 and 7 is when I started to remember things that was going on. And it started with loved ones that had passed away. They would come to me and just like we're talking here, like he is there as if they were standing right next to me. And they would tell me, hey, everything's going to be okay. Tell your mom or whoever, I'm okay. I'm happy. Or where a particular document is, things that they may have they may need for future references. And I would get up the next morning and I would go to my mom or my father or whomever and be like, hey, my mom passed away last night. And they'd be like, no, honey, my mom's fine. And it would seem within 5 minutes after I would say something, the phone would ring with the news coming through with what I just told them. So the first time they were kind of, okay, coincidence, whatever. Second time they started to shrug their shoulders a little. And by the third time, it was like, okay, there is something that's going on here. But back then you didn't talk about it. And that's where my stance is of having the children or other people out there that are afraid to open up and say anything to have a safe spot. I've been there. I dealt with it. I know exactly what they're going through. The movie Insidious, when that movie came out later on, I almost fell on the floor when I watched that movie because that was exactly the things that I was going through as far as floating outside of my body and coming back. And when I saw that and I was like, oh my God, this is unreal. And I think, to be honest with you, seeing that and the experience, that gave me more goosebumps than any of the paranormal stuff that I've actually been out there and witnessed. Because now, exactly what I've gone through is documented. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm, this is other people are experiencing this.
It's like validation. Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Makes you feel better.
Do you feel like there was a point in your life where fear gave way to, oh, maybe this is a gift? This is like you embraced it, or?
I don't know if I embraced it too much because when I was about, I don't even know how old I was, maybe 9 or so. I'm not sure. But we had lived in a house that was haunted. And the first couple of times when things were happening, we would blame the dogs. We would blame the train that was going by. And we started realizing that it was none of this type of stuff. I was pushed down a flight of steps. And my mother and stepfather, because that was not something that you talked about, went around and told everybody that I wanted to be Tinkerbell. And that's why I jumped down the steps, that I wasn't pushed because I wanted to fly like Tinkerbell. But that was farthest from the truth. And when they did, when they did more of digging in, we found out that an elderly couple had hung themselves up in our attic and didn't like children. So from that point on, it took me a while, and I built up a lot of bricks, a lot of walls, and everybody's trying to get me to take some of them down. I don't want to go through what I went through as a child. So I am quite happy where I am, but I am also very, very curious as to, so I know the things that I went through, and I know that they can physically touch if they want or do what they need to do. So I respect those boundaries, but in the same aspect, I am completely curious as to why.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Matt?
Mine was the same way. I wasn't as intense as that, but I would sit in a corner when I was young. I would sit in a corner and play with my best friend. That was no one there, but I saw someone there. I can't tell you like what they were, but I would sit in the corner for hours and play with this person. And my mom just embraced it, and she's like, oh, he's just talking to his ghost friends again. And then so it just kind of like was always in my life, I guess, if that makes sense. Because when I was younger, I would tell people like, hey, your grandmother said this, your grandmother says that, to the point where they would have to tell me to stop saying things about their it was creeping them out. But it was my mom would just embrace it. It was just like, oh, he's just talking to his ghost friends. And it was just kind of like a not like, I guess like kind of like a joke kind of thing. Like, oh, he's just talking to his ghost friends again. It doesn't matter. So it's just always been there. And then catching on to the TV shows, I'm like, that's kind of cool. And then it just snowballs from there. But yeah, it was seeing my ghost friends and when I was young.
So Tom, both Jackie and Matt have had this around for a long time. How about you?
I'm going to really be disappointing you.
No, you won't.
Honestly, growing up, I never really gave it any thought whatsoever. As far as if there's something beyond this earth, I pretty much married into it. It just, I mean, she would watch all these ghost shows, and yeah, it wasn't my thing. And then when she started this own business, it's like, you know what? She's going out on all these events by herself with all these strange people. She needs a little security.
Yeah.
So I started going with her, and the more I went, the more curious I got with things. So now it's like, it's hard to pull me away from it. I'm totally hooked 100%. Hoping to catch that next big thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Even if we don't, it's still fun trying.
Yep.
The education itself is worth it.
And I love the old buildings. I love going into some of these locations, and it's just like we were up in Wilson Castle, up in, where was that? Vermont. That place is just like somebody just packed up and left. Everything's still there. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
They take good care of it up there. They really do.
Yeah, it's just seeing some of the places that I wouldn't get to see if I didn't really start helping her.
Oh, hey, Devon.
Hi, guys.
That's okay. That's okay. You come right on in and join us. We've been having a great conversation with Jackie and Tom and Matt. And I think if you are into the paranormal investigation side, you kind of have to be a little bit of a history buff too. I mean, I'm a history buff, and I love going to, just anywhere that there's history. But if there's something in addition,
yeah, exactly,
I like that even better.
Yeah, exactly.
History is the best part.
Devon, hey, welcome. We've talked about you. I've heard some good things about you, but would you kind of introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us kind of how you got involved with Residual Haunts?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Devon. I have been in the paranormal world for about 2 to 3 years now. My job on the team basically is I'm the editor. Or as some people say, I'm just here.
Just here.
I'm just here. But no,
we did shoot you some kudos earlier about all
Yes,
the editing and the hours. We sure did.
Okay, there we go. I'll take that. But I joined Residual Haunts basically by stalking Jackie. Matt and I met her at Penhurst one time. She was there she was obviously working and leading an investigation, and we met her there. And we weren't even in her group. We just talked to her, and we literally found out that she was starting her own business and everything. So Matt and I followed literally everywhere, every social media that we possibly could, and we showed up to everything we could. And it was just at the point where she was like, gosh, guys, you guys are just here all the time, so why don't you just join? So we've just been a part of it too.
Have you had an interest in the paranormal before that, or had any experiences yourself?
Yes. So I haven't had any experiences like how crazy Jackie is and everything. I was just always interested in watching like ghost shows and stuff like that, and like I never understood why. Even though they scared the absolute crap out of me, I still always wanted to watch them and then not be able to go to bed. Like I don't know why, but they just interested me so much in watching them. And then it wasn't until Matt and I actually sat down to buy tickets for Penhurst for the first time ever, and him and I argued about actually doing it for like 30 minutes because we were so scared. But yeah, just always was interested in watching the videos and learning the history on different locations and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm. And so you've been with Residual Haunts for maybe what,
About
a
a
year?
a year. Yeah, I would
Have
say
you,
about
as you're editing things, the video footage and the sound, have you come across something that like really stands out to you?
yeah. So we have 3 body cameras, and I have, when I was part of my old team, we only had 1 camera. We only had 1 camera,
Mhm.
and now I have to edit 3 body cameras. So trying to piece them all together is so difficult because we're all doing a different thing on the cameras. That like Matt will be in the bathroom one time and I'll have the other camera, and then our other camera is just in a random room that we left. So like it's so different, but that just shows who we are as a team, how we're so dysfunctional, but we get such good stuff together, and the work we do is still incredible. But definitely, I was texting them when I was editing our one video. I was texting them all the time, be like, guys, I just caught something. Like that's my favorite thing to do, is I would listen and I would sit there for hours watching so much footage. I would either like text Matt and be like, come look what I found, and like I would show him and stuff like that. So like you don't realize what you get until you watch back those cameras. Like in our one Penhurst video, you can hear like knocks and stuff and see shadows and stuff that we didn't even realize that we caught after watching it. So just stuff like that. And this most recent investigation at Hinsell House, Jackie and I were both doing double Estes, and we were talking back and forth with each other, and we had no idea what we said until we watched the video back, and we had like chills after watching it. So the footage 100% helps.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. Like everything verifies the next.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her and I seem to have some sort of connection when we go under Estes. I can't quite put my finger on it yet, but we've done this a couple of times.
Right. Yep. Now, is that when you have the headphones on and you're blindfolded, you can't hear what she's saying, she can't hear what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
So they're noise canceling headphones, so we can't hear any of that. Typically, you would be blindfold. We will typically just close our eyes. We do have blindfolds, but we will typically just close our eyes. We sit away from each other, and then we have these guys or whoever's with us ask their questions type of thing. And whatever responses we get, we just shout out.
Yeah.
And the last couple that we've had, her and I have actually gone back and forth with answering. It's been
It's so weird.
Yeah, I was having a full conversation with you up at the Hinsdale house.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're talking about. How
full conversation.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear what I was asking.
Nope.
And her
so
and
definitely
I, like,
intelligent
part too. So there was no way that I could hear what she was saying or anything like that, or we were saying the same words. They were always different, but they were so similar. Like for example, I said here and she said there. I said tree, she said branch. Like it was so.
Wow.
Yes, it was.
That's so cool.
Yes. Do you find that the people who come on your investigations with you, do you always do the Estes process, or at some point in the investigation?
Typically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of guests that actually they want to get involved in it also. So they actually give it a whirl.
And it's nice, like I said, we've had guests that were there for their very first time that have never done it. And Estes is a little bit of a learning curve because it is AM FM radio station that's coming through. So you are hearing under there, you're hearing and certain words that come through. And you need to pick out what is radio bleed and what is actually a spirit or something that is coming through. and most people go through when I tell them to do it. If for some reason you have the strong urge to say purple, but you didn't hear it, shout it out, because
Mhm.
that's part of your senses that are coming through as well.
Yeah.
And then we can tie it all together. Sometimes it makes no sense at
Yeah.
all. And the
Mhm.
people that have been there that have never done it, it takes them that learning curve, because when they first get on, they're like, all I'm hearing is radio stations. And the
Mhm.
more and more that you do it, the more in tune and more adept that you start getting, and you can pick up on things.
Mhm.
You know, so it's definitely a learning curve. But when it matches up, it blows your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Now, we did something similar to that, I think, when we were at the Nickerson Sneed house, didn't we? And I had the headphones on, and yeah, I think we did
I
something
think
similar.
so. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you can use, but I like what you said, Jackie, about, really listening to your intuition, your senses, what you're feeling, and things like that. Ron and Lindsay, did you have more questions or any for Devon?
Well,
Devon, we
yes,
can
but
tell
I
you're
feel
really
I also
excited about being on the scene.
No, it's fine. I like questions.
I feel like yes, but I also I don't know how long we want to go. Like I could ask questions all night, but
We can do
It's
a
up to you.
part 2 down the road.
Yeah. 2 parts.
we could also do a part 2 down the road. Absolutely.
We could, yeah. We would love
Absolutely.
to be able to come and do an investigation
Oh,
with you
yeah.
guys. If we can make that work,
Absolutely.
we really will.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, have you ever been to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum?
That I have not, and that is on the
Yeah.
bucket
It
list
will
for next
happen.
year.
It
Come
will
on
happen.
down. We'll
Yeah,
go.
come on down. Lindsay and I have been there numerous times, and we actually one time we did an overnight, not on our own, but like with the group that came in to do that, and got to explore the place. And Lindsay's had a few experiences. I haven't really had, but it's creepy. I mean, that place is just the energy of
Yeah.
it is creepy.
Yeah. Real bad. Like real bad.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all he talks about.
If y'all ever decide to come down, yeah, we'll be
Oh,
there.
we are definitely
Yeah,
we'll
doing
go.
it.
Oh, we're going. We're going.
Well, on that topic, what kind of interesting projects do you have coming up that you're excited about that you can share with our listeners?
Yeah.
Well, as far as the rest of this year, we have September 13th. We are doing Wildwood Sanatorium, which is up in Salamanca, New York. And September 20th is our last event for the season, and that is at Rainworth Lodge in Gettysburg.
I'm so excited for that. So excited.
Yes.
That's my favorite spot. In this.
Is it?
And
They've
we
never
have
been there.
been to that
Yeah,
one.
we have.
Only
Yeah.
Matt
My-
and I have been there.
My favorite. My favorite.
Okay. Wow. So if some of our listeners are near your location and wanted to join up on one of these, where would they go to find information and do that?
Residualhaunts.com will take you to our website. There is a little notification up top where you click on events, and it will show you the events that we have come up and coming. I don't have anything on for 2026 yet, and I'm not dropping any of that yet. But
We don't even know.
This
But
whole
be
season
watching,
has
right?
just been crazy. I mean, we've been busy pretty much almost every weekend.
Yeah.
We have
Wow.
something going on. I'm sure next year is going to be just the same. But we
Mhm.
would like to try to explore some new locations next year. So we'll see how things go.
And I would like to, for the team and I as well, to
Yes.
be able to have a little bit of downtime so we can go
Yeah.
off and
Yeah.
explore as a team at
Mhm.
some of these locations and go from there. So I'm trying to do a little bit of everything for all of us. So we'll see how it goes.
That sounds great. Yeah, and
exciting.
I'm sure you'll be busy in the new year coming up. It seems like more and more people are getting on the, I don't want to say paranormal bandwagon, but there's more and more interest.
There
we've
is.
noticed
There
each
is.
year, and we have lots of great locations down here. You can come and explore, but we haven't been up your way, so that would be an interesting trip for us.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to
can
work something
that
out here.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, yes, residualhaunts.com. And you guys are on socials. Are you on YouTube as well, right?
Yep.
We are. We just started YouTube, so
Okay.
we have, like I said, Devon's been doing our footage, our first one on there. So she's got a couple more that are getting ready to drop soon. So stay tuned and keep your eyes out for them.
Okay. Is there anything else that Ryan, you or Lindsay would like to ask, or that you all would like to share with us?
They are quiet. Well, I want to thank you guys for
Yes.
having us on here. I want to be open if any of the listeners out there that are having any questions, concerns, or unsure about what's going on. You're heard. We really are. And if you have any that you have no one to talk to, please reach out to us. You can get a hold of us through residualhaunts@gmail.com right now. You have someone on your side.
Any message, and you send message on any of our socials.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll answer.
Somebody will get back to you.
Yep.
That's 100% for sure.
Definitely.
I
All of
love
us are
that.
on. I'm sorry. All of us are on like the Residual Haunts, like social media itself. But then we also have individual ones as well that you can reach out to. So there's so many different. You can use.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I was
I'll
seeing
link
that when I
everything
saw
like
it.
underneath the video, and
Mhm.
so we'll have all of your information in case anybody wants to reach out. It will be
Mhm.
in the
That's
description.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Like you guys, we have our own little things that we do, and Lindsay's great with editing, production, all that. But we have absolutely enjoyed this, and we'd love to have you guys on again sometime and to get together with you and go do an investigation. I love your approach because I haven't heard of too many paranormal investigation teams that have that approach, and how open
Yeah.
you are and to questions, and just to listen if people
Yeah.
out there don't have anyone to talk to about their experiences. I love that.
It's all about our guest.
Yep.
Mhm. Well, this has been a great first episode of our September Spooktacular to kick it off. And listeners,
Yeah.
please reach out and show Residual Haunts the love on their socials and follow them and check out their website and all the events they have coming up. You may want to go along. And you know that you can reach us anytime with stories or your experiences at sirensofthesupernatural@gmail.com. And we are on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, Sirens of the Supernatural, and then TikTok at Supernatural Sirens. That one's a little different. So reach out to us and give us some feedback for our guests. We love to hear your feedback when we have guests on, and this has just been great, and we love it.
Yeah.
And it's a great start to season 5 of our show.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys one more thing before you go.
Absolutely.
Would you ever consider doing your own podcast?
That's funny because didn't that just come up not too long ago?
Yeah.
That it did.
I go to school for media, so I have had my own podcast before, so it definitely probably has been talked about.
Okay.
A good possibility.
Yeah,
You never know what we'll
possibility.
dabble in.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's try. We'll
Yeah,
try
I'm
it on-
sure you guys would have a lot of followers, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But we will share the episode will air this Sunday night, and we'll promote you guys and keep in touch. We'll keep in touch, and you
Oh,
guys keep in touch
absolutely.
with us, and maybe we'll run into each other at one of the horror conventions or
There
something.
will be no maybe. We will make it
We
happen.
will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah, definitely happening.
Yes, it was so nice to meet all of you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much again for coming.
It's so
on
nice
the
to meet
show.
and talk with you guys also.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate you having us on.
Till then, you
You're
guys
welcome.
all stay spooky.
That's right.
Friends.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye,
guys. See you.